was good. I missed.
All right. I all right, I am back. I accidentally hit the off button instead of the volume up button. Um, but yeah, just tripped over a 100-pound plate, slammed the shit out of my shin, hard enough that it is bleeding.
Oh,
And
wow.
and so good morning. First call of the year. I guess I'll start off with the theme of beginning the year with resilience. That you still come at stuff with a good attitude and you're excited even when shit happens. And on that note, good morning, Gina.
Good morning. Good morning. You started it off with a bang, literally.
I'll tell you that 100-pound plate, you know, if it would have been a 45, it probably would have fell over and wouldn't have really hurt me too bad. But that 100 was really anchored there.
Ah, not good.
But
Well, I'm injury free this year so far, so knock wood there.
yeah. So,
So
all
we
right.
just
Well,
get back from the gym. D should pop on. D, you'll probably be popping on here any second now.
okay.
Um, I
Sweet.
know she was still driving.
Sweet. So, y'all had a good week this week. Um, Jumped into the DECA and killed it, right? So,
We
I mean,
did. We did.
that's a good day to just jump in and, I'll let you rant a little bit here, but one of the things that Louis always said about any athlete in any sport was that the goal should be to be not that you're going to be your absolute 100% best every single day, but you should have a level of physical preparedness where if you decided you just wanted to go do it, you could go do it. And that's exactly what you did, right? So,
Well, that's kind of how we live. That's how we live. It's like we like to have that mindset of no matter what, we're always trained to be ready, to be ready for anything. If somebody says, "Hey, you want to go do a 10-mile hike?" Well, hell yeah, I want to go do a 10-mile hike. Or, "Hey, you want to go run this race?" Well, hell yeah, I want to go run this race. I always want to be just ready to say yes.
yeah.
Morning, guys.
Good morning. Morning.
Hey,
We're talking about how cool it was that y'all were just ready to roll to just jump into that. And one of the things you've heard me quote Louis Simmons a lot, I think highly of him. One of the things that he always said was that you should have a fit level of GPP, a level of physical preparedness where you can just jump into something if you want to. And that doesn't
right?
necessarily mean that you should always and that should be your strategy, but it means that you should be able to. And, and so if there's an opportunity that comes up or if there's something that you just want to do, that was actually something the West Side guys back in the day were very notorious for is that everybody, we try to spend 12 weeks or something like that before a meet, getting ready for a meet. But those West Side guys, if they found out there was a big money meet that had an opening, they would just show up with like 10 days notice and kick ass. And, that's what y'all did. You found out you had an opening, jumped in, took it, went and kicked ass.
We did. And a lot of people there, it was like their first DECA. So when we popped out there, we're wearing the exact same outfit, we're dressed alike. People were like, oh shit, it's
Yeah.
about to go down.
But it's really good to compete at different levels in a sport like that too. Like, like compete at like a level where most of the people at the competition are locals and, doing it for fun and then compete at, the really high levels too. So you see what the elite people, because as, I think that y'all are probably past the awestruck when you look at some of the top people now because you realize, oh, I could do that too. But, you know, you can remember when like the first time you saw anybody doing the DECA stuff, and especially the people that had been doing it for a long time. Well, now you're those people to a lot of people that are at those competitions.
That's true. There's this one dude, his handle on Instagram's like Bubbles the Clown. His name's Kevin, but he does the assault bike in 12 seconds. That
Oh
fucker,
shit!
that fucker can get
Yeah,
25 calories
in
in
12 seconds.
And
Hook
so
that
when he's on the
fucker up to
course,
a generator.
it's
Yeah,
insane.
we
When he's
watched
on
him
the
do it
course,
too. Yeah.
everybody gravitates because it's like he's about to do it.
Yeah,
It's insane. It's
right.
insane how he does that because
Well,
he's
and
winded when he starts. He's not fresh. It's
yeah,
halfway through the damn race.
but that's a great learning opportunity too because it's like a shock factor and it's cool to see, but those little things that he does different than other people, you can start to notice that. You can start to be like, oh, he's doing all this stuff. He's using his weight. He's not using his, just his muscle to move it. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's whole body into that thing. He
yeah.
Yeah.
is. He's a
Dissect the
big
shit out of
dude too. He's tall like you. He's a big guy.
So it's
it.
not a very long range of motion for him. It's like y'all going like this,
Yes.
and then it's like me going like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Thanks.
above it, and yeah, he's a big guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
that does help with bicycles because
Yeah, it does.
you just got to go around the thing. So if you're smaller,
Yeah. Us
Yeah.
short folks here, it's a little
Yeah.
more of a struggle.
We struggle, but we still make the
We get
magic
it done.
happen.
We get
We get the shit done.
yeah.
I'm sorry
but
I'm eating.
oh, you're fine. But yeah, that's this is what we're talking about now is one of the main reasons that people train, right? I mean, to be able to simply do what you want in life, right? Like you said before, D hopped on. If somebody gives you a call and says, "Hey, do you want to go on this hike?" Or on the other side of it too, like maybe it's not even fun stuff. Maybe your friend hits you up and is like, "Hey, some shit went down with my landlord and I got to move out quick," or or even if it's not something shit going down quick, if it's just like it feels kind of cool to be the buddy that they call to move, even though you don't really want to go help people move all the fucking time. That sucks, but
Yeah,
it's nice to be asked.
it is. I was in the office. I stopped by the office the other day, and this poor little girl, she's trying to move a filing cabinet. I'm like, get out the way. I moved that filing cabinet for her. She's like, can I help? It's like, no, just I got you. Where you want it? That was perfect.
Yeah,
They just
yeah,
made ready. And to not throw my back out doing something stupid like that because now I understand form and how that all plays into it. So even something as simple as moving a file cabinet or making a bed or lifting the corner of a mattress or some shit like that,
oh yeah,
it's form everything, you know?
yeah. Well, and once you learn how to move well, it makes such a big difference too. So I've got some people that have came to me. I think you guys know that Seth originally was coming to me just to get more durable and out of pain and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
shit, like he he put out more mulch in one day than I've ever put out in one day. A couple months back, he put out like him and Jenny together with pitchforks put out like 10,000 pounds of mulch in a day.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And but he texted me after because he was like, dude, he's like, I would have, for one, not been able to do the whole job. I would have had to break the job up into multiple days. He's like, but I would have been like fucked up after every single one of
Yep.
them. So that's the other big thing with GPP, just being prepared for whatever, just enjoying being able to do whatever you want in life. It's all about getting the freedom, right? I mean, this is something that most people that are doing it with me, especially, enjoy a little bit anyway, or they wouldn't put up with um, the stuff I make them do. So they got to enjoy it a little bit. Um, it's just cool when you can carry it over and you can say, "Hey, I'm giving myself more freedom with this thing that I already enjoy doing anyway."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. How was the rest of y'all's week? I,
Good.
good.
It's been good. It's cold as shit here, but other than that,
Yeah, I heard
I
there's
won't
a polar
complain.
vortex, so you're getting a little taste of it too now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are. We are. It's a little frigid out.
It is a little frigid. Yeah, we may wind up going not going to Tribe tomorrow just because of that,
Just because
because
of the cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's cold in there. They blew that big propane tank heater, which is great. It brings back for me, so it's funny. So when I was doing construction work, I mean, that's how we heated. That's how we stayed warm. We had one of those bullets that blew heat.
Yep.
And so walking in and smelling that smell, it's like, oh shit, that takes me back to a time in my life that's like, it's different. It's just a different feeling. It's like, oh, that's kind of nostalgic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just having that heater smell. It's like that's a little nostalgic in a good way, and sometimes a not so good way because there was a lot of bad shit that went down during that time in my life. So, but it's funny. It's like a trigger, I guess. I hate
Yeah.
to use that word because I'm not that person, but
Nah, but olfactory
possible
definitely
word.
does, like, you know, just being objective about olfactory definitely brings up memory. I don't remember the number associated with it because they had some sort of ranking system that they came up with in the study. But I do remember that in terms of absolutes, olfactory brought back more memories and emotions than the other senses did.
Yeah.
So
I
you
believe
could, yeah, you could have your eyes closed and smell the propane heater, and it would probably do more than if you saw it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
I just have
I,
allergies, so I hate the propane heater.
yeah. Well, my daddy smoked a pipe, and so when I smell somebody smelling, if I smell a pipe, especially this time of year, like in the winter, that pipe smoke, it just kind of lingers in the air, I guess, because the heaviness of the cold, just kind of holds it down. And to walk into a parking lot or something and smell that pipe smoke, I'm looking for the guy. I'm
Oh, I
like,
love that smell. My dad did too.
yeah,
Yeah. It's just there. Yeah. It takes you back.
yeah,
You know,
it
I've
really
never even
does.
smoked a pipe or anything with tobacco in it anyway.
Oh, I
Right.
love the smell of pipe tobacco.
But I
Yeah,
do like the smell of pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
that's good.
So
That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
So I imagine that actually doing the deco was probably not as hard as the Tuesday workout would have been since you banged it out in 13 minutes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, because she's doing an exercise and I'm doing an
yeah,
exercise. So in all, I did 7 minutes. She did 7 minutes. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yep.
Yeah,
all out. But no, it was good. It felt good. It felt good. I mean,
feel good.
always areas to improve. But we didn't really mess up. We didn't, other than she, I think, didn't count right, and I didn't count right on something. Other than that,
Right.
But you were moving smoother then, right?
yeah, we
Yeah,
did. I think the biggest thing is just figuring out that erg and the row. We've really tapped into where that needs to be as far as I think I said last time we talked. The SPMs is figuring out those strokes per minute
yep,
and not being all balls out 40 strokes per minute and then you're dead and you can't move, where I'm down at 21 with the same amount of effort, get the same amount of distance, but I
yeah.
can get off that and I can breathe.
Because
Stronger pull.
you're pulling harder every
It's all
pull.
about the pull.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Setting up the power in each pull. That's why Brian Shaw was able to set the world record for rowing 100 meters, and he only pulled it like 7 times.
Damn.
Maybe
Wow.
even less
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah.
Maybe even 4 or 5 times. But
It's all about that pull. And we've known that.
yeah,
It's just practicing it and
oh yeah,
just perfecting it. And there's still, like, I still want to be. I think on that row I was pulling for a little while. I was pulling about I don't know, 153, and then it kind of bumped at about 204. I'd
Yeah.
like to get that under 2. I'd like to keep it in the 150s because I mean that's seconds. This race is about seconds.
yep.
But I still think I can keep that SPM down and just maybe pop that damper up a hair to get more power in that pool to keep that under 2.
Well, and
Same
now
with
that
the
you're
erg.
getting better at putting all the power into each pull, and so that's the way I think about it too. And I know that everybody thinks about stuff differently, but I literally think about, as opposed to trying to get the fast turnover and get to the next pull faster, I try to put everything into that one pull. And
And
so
that's what
yeah,
yes,
so
we've
every
been
pull is
we've been doing
just
that.
all out, and then you just reset.
I do.
Yeah.
And what I do is I pull back really hard and then I
Yep,
bring that handle back to my knee,
yep.
pause for a split second, roll it forward, and I pull back, pause it on my leg and forward. And it's just it's worked great. It's worked
Because
great
we've tried it every way under the sun. We've tried it,
every way.
going fast with less strength in the pull. We've tried it with a lower damper. We've tried it with a higher damper. But what seems to be, I guess, uses the least amount of effort is that heavy boom, just like
Yeah,
a hard
Well,
ass.
because we have that power and
Yeah.
strength to do
right.
that.
Well, and the
Boom.
stronger you get, the higher you can crank that damper, and the more distance you'll get each one too,
And
right? But
that's what
that'll
we're
kind
like.
of be something
Yeah.
that, as you get stronger, and that would be something that, like, I would say, whenever you notice like your pendlay rows start getting easier or something like that,
Uh,
like on the same weight, then maybe crank your damper up just a little bit and see.
okay.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
pop over. Let's pop over to the Q&A just in case anybody jumps into
Okay.
that. I know
Okay.
usually not, but just in case.
Is that link in the thread on the Facebook?
Yes, it should be in the comments on.
Comment. Okay. You did put, okay. I'll go find it.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.